Take one. Hey, hello everyone. Thank you for joining Where the Music Lives On. My name is Pamela D, and I am here with a special guest, Miss B. Travis. B, how are you? How you feel?
I am great, sweetie. I am great and so happy to be here.
Good, good, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of our interview, please let the people know and myself a little bit about you.
Hey, I am born and raised in Jamaica, Queens, New York. Um, I'm a mother of two adult children, five grands, and three great grands.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Blessings,
Okay.
blessings.
hmm I left New York in 2001, and now I'm here in Atlanta, and still trying to get to like it. It's okay.
Culture shock. It's a
It's
little different, right?
yeah, I'm just finding that it the South is just so different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Really
Oh yeah.
different.
Well,
Everything.
I know. I know. It really is. It really is. It's like a tale of two countries, to be honest with you.
It really is. I joined I.F.A.T.S because before this I had been asked to join a lot of different pages because I love music. Music is my heart. And but I.F.A.T.S is to me the best that I've ever come across.
And why
And
do
I
you feel
belong to
that
a
way?
lot of,
Why do you feel
huh?
that way, B? Why do you feel it's one of the best?
Because of the variety, the different people, different personalities, different types of music, or whatever. At one time I thought I knew all about music. Okay, but I'm finding that um I really don't. I mean, I know a lot because my father had a band back in the day when I was a kid. For years they played and they were very good, very good. And so I grew up with different types of music. My father was a blues man to his heart, okay? BB King was his idol, and I think he tried to live his life that way. You know how BB King, he don't want nobody in his house when he's not home, things like that. My mom was R&B. I have a cousin my first cousin, who his was doo-wop. He even had a little group back in the day that sang
And this
at
was your
a
cousin?
doo-wop. Huh?
This was your cousin?
My first cousin,
Your
yeah.
first cousin? And what year around this was about, B?
This was in the 70s.
Okay.
He sang they gave somebody did a doo-wop concert at a school in Brooklyn called Franklin K. Lane,
Mm-hmm.
and they had all the big timers there. The Skyliners, they're all of them, and I had such a good time. I didn't know very much about doo but he introduced me to it,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay. I
yeah,
I asked you the year on purpose because you said it was doo-wops, and doo-wop was really,
doo yeah, I know doo goes back so far, but
yeah.
this particular concert was like in maybe like 72 or something like that,
Okay.
71, around that,
Yeah.
early
Was it
70s.
paying a tribute to doo-wop, or was it
Yes.
Really, or is paying a
Yes.
tribute to doo-wop.
Yes.
Okay, great. And
Yes.
your first cousin, this I find this quite interesting. Your first cousin was in this group, but did they perform doo-wop wherever they were? Were they given engagements at nightclubs and they performed doo-wop?
Right. They sang at different in different places. That particular concert or whatever, that was the first and only time I ever heard them.
Okay.
Um, they were very good though. They
And
were
what was the
very
name
good.
of them?
Their group name was called the Sinclairs.
Ah, okay. Okay, that sounds like a doo-wop group. It really
I
does.
know, right?
Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned that your parents, particularly your father, were definitely into this music. He was a blues man, and at that time you were a kid. So I'm thinking that's about around in the mid 50s, 60s.
Yeah, I was born in 53.
Okay. All right. So this was about in the 60s. So he's doing his thing. Now, this is in Queens.
Hmm.
Okay. And so he also, as you mentioned, was in a band. Now, did he do many engagements? Were they highly recommended? What was his status as a bluesman?
They did a lot of clubs and whatever, like in Long Island, and
Okay.
like Dead and Wine Dance and
Uh-huh.
all the different places out there. And I mean, it started in Jamaica, Queens, but they most of it was like on the island.
On the island? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm very familiar with wine dance. I know that very well. Okay. Now, being that your parents were associated with music, what was the type of music that you grew up with? What did you used to listen to more than anything else? And more than likely, it was probably blues. But however, sometimes people who uh, professionalize in one genre may listen to another genre while they're at home. So, what was the music's atmosphere
Well,
like in your
right, blues was the main thing that was played in my house when I was a kid, a little kid.
home?
But maybe around the 60s, maybe early 60s, it was more of R&B and whatever. Like my mom's favorites were like Sam Cooke,
Ah,
okay, Brooke Benton,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
those guys. And when I was a kid, I never really listened to their music, and I used to be like, they love this stuff, and why,
Yeah, yeah,
But as I got older and started listening myself and listening to the words, and whatever, it just hit me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can understand that. I love that appreciation for music. 'Cause I didn't have it at a very early age either. But it was always on in my house, it seemed, and it just seemed like it just seeped into my soul. Did you feel that
Yes,
way
yes.
also?
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Some of my favorites are Sam Cooke. I have
Hmm.
all his
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Every time I hear it, my mom, I picture my mother, you know. Um, Marvin Gaye. Okay. There's just so many. The Temptations,
Oh
they
yeah.
were like, oh yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
so
It's so funny though, B, because I was born in 1960. You were born in 53. And
mhm,
my mother's favorite singer was the extraordinary Sam Cooke as well. And after
mhm,
she passed away, I found all this music in the house as I got older. I'm like, whose album is this? Because I wasn't
mhm,
strongly into Sam Cooke at that time. But
mhm,
as I got older, I realized how much music she had of him and how people from that particular generation, Sam Cooke, Brooke Benton, were like, I don't know if it's because of their popularity, they were there at the time, but they all seemed to like those two particular singers. And I could never figure
mhm.
that out except what I just alluded to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They Sam Cooke. I still it the way he I liked him. I grew to love him because
Hmm.
of his background, the way he carried himself to a point.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, yeah, he was a
Um,
ladies' man. I know what you're going to.
yeah, I liked he was not only a good looking guy,
Oh yeah,
he was smart,
very,
you know,
very, very. Uh,
very, very intelligent.
when you, as you were growing up, those earlier years, did you get the chance? Did you get a chance to see a lot of acts back in the day? Because I have never ever been into a concert back in the day. Not like James Brown,
Really?
Any of those.
Oh, no, not James Brown, but we used to have and the theater is still there. As a matter of fact, it's in Jamaica, Queens on Jamaica Avenue
Uh-huh.
in 165th Street. It was called the RKO Alden.
Oh wow.
And they used to have a lot of the shows there with
Hmm.
like the Five Stair Steps and the Delphonics and Jackie Wilson.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I lived in that place. Okay. Every time they did something, I was there. I was
Oh
there.
wow, wow. So did you get to see the Fire Stars perform?
Oh, many times, at least about
Wow.
10 times, girl.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God, they are awesome. They are awesome.
hmm
Wow.
One of my to my heart, they're one of my favorites. Okay.
Really, really. Now, in fact, you just answered my question. I was going to ask you what was your favorite act during that time. Was there another one that you liked in particular too? And I heard Jackie Wilson was, forget it, phenomenal.
Oh, Jackie Wilson. Oh my goodness. He would get up there and his performance was just so it was great. It was great. And the thing was he had this thing where he would single out a girl that's right there at the stage and he would reach down and he would pull her up and he would kiss her,
Oh my
and all
goodness.
the other girls would just they would just go
Oh
crazy.
my gosh, you like that, huh? Oh my God. And see, that's
Oh
what
yeah.
was that
It
aura
was like,
about
no, I
him.
don't want him kissing me. But I like his performance,
But
okay?
just the optics of it, just seeing this
Yeah,
happen.
right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, do you own a large music collection?
I do. I do. And also I had even more, but moving around, I lost a lot.
Yeah.
But I my collection, I grew it back through memory, the songs
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
I love, you know. And my son, he says, Ma, he says, when you leave, all I want is your music.
Wow. Wow. I mean, that says a lot. That says a lot because that must be some collection. It really is. It really is. And it's funny. My aunt passed a year ago, and believe it or not, we're still, going through her things. And
hmm
she had this incredible, and I do mean incredible, because I still have them in boxes. I haven't even taken them out
hmm
yet. These 45s is over like I want to say 500. And
Wow.
these are 45s that go back to the days of Little Richard, to
Oh,
the time.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. And
hmm
somebody asked me, "Are you going to sell these?" I'm like, "No, no, I am not. I mean, I'm going to,
No,
keep them, and whoever gets them for me, hey, but I'm going to still
they
keep
can,
my eye
yeah,
on these.
yeah.
Yeah, and make sure she's with me every time I look at that. But now back to you, back to you.
Mhm.
How much of today's music do you listen to?
Not much.
Okay.
Every now and then I will come across something that catches my ear. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Who is that? Not very often. Because I ride with my grandkids, especially my granddaughter. And my daughter's youngest, when I ride with them and they're playing their music, I'm like, okay, what is that? What did he say? I don't understand a lot of it. And but every now and then, every couple of years, I'll put it that way, I'll hear something that really catches me.
Yeah, the same here, same here. There's such a great divide between the music today and the music of our era, so to speak, of that fabulous late 50s and 60s and
Hmm.
70s, as a matter of fact.
And 70s, yeah.
Yes, yes. Uh,
Hmm.
I want to ask you about being in I.F.A.T.S because I know I met you, of course, through I.F.A.T.S, and I have
Hmm.
formed some great relationships with a lot of the members. I mean, I feel like I've known them for such a long time, and I find that to be a
Hmm.
great feeling. And of course, you were one of them. What has your experience been like with the other members as far as
Oh, there are some that I guess I consider my favorites, whatever. And you are one. Between you and Kathy.
yes, Kathy? She's good people.
She's funny. She's
Hmm.
funny.
Hmm.
Maurice Brewington.
Yes.
Um,
Now,
uh,
did you go to the same school? Is there some connection
we
with you?
did. We different times though.
Okay.
We are from the same area.
Okay.
Both went to the same junior high school. We ended up going to
Wow.
the same high school, you know. He only was there for a short period, and then his mother, young men out there, But yeah, we know a lot of the same people. But the weird thing is, we didn't meet back then. We
Ah.
met on I.F.A.T.S.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I remember I posted a song. I think it might have been by Sam Cooke, and he made a comment saying, "All right, oh girl, you hit this one out the park," or something like that. And I'm like, what is this? Oh my God. So I was like, okay, he calling me homegirl. I says, do we know each other? Okay. He was like, no. He said, I was just I see that we like the same type of music, And so yeah, but it turns out we know a lot of the same people. And yeah, and
Yeah.
we became friends like 5 years ago.
Wow. Wow. That's something else. That's something else. That's pretty good. Now, on iFest, what do you find, what are some of your favorite events on iFest? Because we do have a few. We don't do it as we used to do, but
Ah, okay. Super Sundays are good, except for when you we get those themes where you gotta be like, okay, do I know any of this? Okay, and you got to do research and whatnot. I want to participate. I want to be in there. But sometimes it's a little rough. But the one that used to really, really get me that I really liked was it was like a star of the month or something like that.
uh-huh, when we picked the star, uh-huh. Yeah, that was a feature that we did have, and we would like every 3 months pick someone who
Right.
was yes, yeah, that yeah, and I believe you were Star of the Month.
Yeah, I was. I sure was.
Yeah,
I sure
yeah,
was.
you definitely was. And
Made me feel important. Okay.
how
Like,
much have
okay,
you, you know
they
what?
like me.
So many people, the people that we've interviewed, they have one thing in common, and that is the fact
Mhm.
that they come to this group thinking, all right, gonna roll up my sleeves and show these people, what the deal is, and then you get on there and you're like, wait a second,
Be like,
hold
huh?
it. So how much have you learned? Because it is a learning experience being on, but how much have you learned being on this page?
It really is a learning experience because, like I said, when I first came on here, I felt like I have a musical background. Okay, so I know a lot. I know, and I get on there. Sometime I'd be like, huh? Like, okay, all right. But I will admit, I've gotten to the point where I admit, hey, I have never heard this before. You know what I'm saying? How did this get past me or something like that? Yeah, but yeah. And who tend to post songs that I have to listen to. sometime because I mean, I see a lot of music on there and the artists and everything. I don't know them. So I'll take a chance on listening to something. But I've noticed that you, Kathy, and sometimes Williams. Oh,
Is the last name Williams you're trying to think of?
last name Williams. Yeah.
That one I can't figure out, but it'll come to you. It'll come to you.
Yeah, but and a few people they
Hmm.
post songs, and I've learned that listen to their stuff because a lot of times it's really nice, you know. Hmm.
Yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah, I'm open. I'm open to learning, you
Yes,
know.
yes. Many of the people that we are mentioning, just in case our viewers don't understand that, are the people from our Facebook page. And we have such a huge following, and a lot of the people there are so respectful of others that they have formed certain relationships. And I find that so amazing. So when someone else comes on and put forth a song or share a song that no one else has heard, that person instantly becomes like, wow, you know, what
Hmm.
where did
Hmm.
it becomes this sort of phenomenon because it's like out the bus. And I felt that way with Tyrone when he came on, and I was,
He's
yeah,
another one. Yes, he
yeah, yeah,
is.
it was like, whoa, I mean, he wasn't even on the page that long when he became Star of the Month. And you had a certain
Exactly.
period, but
Yeah.
he just blew us
Hmm.
away. Just blew us away with what he
Hmm.
was sharing. And quite a few people have done that, but I think he was like one of the top people to have done that. And
Hmm.
such a nice guy, and I really, really enjoy engaging with him. Um,
And
B,
with me, for me, I'm sorry.
yes.
I
No,
like
that's
Mike
okay.
Green.
Fine.
Mike Green.
Uh-huh.
Tommy, too cool. I like his name.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Tommy Too Cool Fisher. Um, and it's just I don't know. People tend to grow on you, you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I really like it.
You've been with I.F.A.T.S for quite some time. We began in 2017, and I can think I met you. I'm not sure if you were there from the very beginning, but I know when I came on, I think in early 2017 or something like that, but I think you were already on
Hmm.
there. And I want to ask you, what do you think has kept you there? Is it the same thing that you like about it? But, because some people, they can just say, I've been here for a while, let me move on. But most of our members, if not all of them, I mean, that I know have stayed, remained with us throughout those
Yeah.
years. We've been there for
Yeah.
since 2017, 16, I'm sorry.
Hmm. Um, like I say, it's the people. It's the people, you know. I have been on other pages where is I like one time I posted a song by Gene Chandler um on this doo-wop page that
Uh-huh.
I belong to, and someone, oh, the song was Duke of Earl,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody came on there and they got really nasty with me, and we're like, this is not doo-wop and whatever, and what the heck, you know. This is all in fun. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I'm posting because I love to post music. Nobody's paying me to do this. So I says, well, if you, according to the internet, it is doo-wop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a balance of doo-wop and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially that
As a matter of
beginning,
fact, huh?
especially the beginning of the song.
Exactly, exactly. You know, as a matter of fact, me and Maurice had a little discussion about that too. He tried to tell me it wasn't completely doo up. I said, listen to the song.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that's one thing about being in IFS too. You have these friendly discussions, and you
Hmm.
can disagree and not disagree, and I can
Exactly.
definitely see it as doo-wop because it has elements of doo-wop. Now, just because it's not
Hmm.
sung doo-wop throughout the record doesn't make it, a different type of song. And if you see it as doo-wop, especially like I said, because it has those elements, I would classify that along the lines of
As
doo-wop
do I.
music.
I mean, you listen to the beginning is old dua.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes. I want to ask you also about your brother. I'm going back to your family now. Now, you mentioned, I
mhm.
believe, that he was also a musician or still is.
No, he's deceased, but yes, he did. One of
Okay.
my younger brothers, he had a band back in the day.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I can't remember the name of it. That was like back in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
And they were so good. They were really, my father taught him how to play lead guitar.
Okay.
And he was one of those who he was taught the basics and he took it to a whole new level. He
Wow.
taught himself how to read music, write music, and he used to play by ear.
Mm-hmm.
He can hear a song and he would learn it.
He would learn. Okay.
He his band used to play a lot of like Cool and the Gang
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Every time they played, I was right there.
Yeah,
I
yes.
was
Oh,
the type
wow.
of I loved music. I loved to dance, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there
And
seems
we
to
used
be
to
some
have
type
such
of
a good
parallel
time.
with me and you. There's this parallel between you and I because my brother was in a band. He played the drums. Yes, and we would if they would practice at different locations, but at each other's home. So one of the time he had to
Mhm.
practice at our home, and all that noise. But let me tell you, they were jamming. They was jamming on the
They were
back
jammed,
porch. You have people
okay?
coming down from the street going like, who playing that music? And it's bam, it's my
Okay.
brothers and it's but they were so good. And we were there
Yeah.
the times, doing our little thing with the head and all of that. But such a good feeling. Such a good feeling.
It really was. And I my father, he all of the instruments that he needed in his band, he got, and they were in our basement. So whenever we felt like we want to go down there and mess around with him, he allowed us, you know. He
Wow.
mhm. So we would go downstairs and I mean he taught the boys how to play instruments, but he wouldn't teach girls.
Mm.
Now he knew how to play piano and organ. I wanted to learn how to play piano and organ. He told me I was too old. Okay,
Too
his
old.
everything was you too old.
So,
You too old. But I knew what it was, you know.
oh my God, you're
The
too old.
boys how to play. My my youngest brother, he taught him how to play bass. My brother Richard, we were just talking about, he taught him how to play lead guitar, drums. Okay. Richard took that basics, like I said, and he taught himself how to play like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah,
Okay.
and became better probably.
Yes, it did, but it's to get on my nerves so bad.
Wow.
So bad. Because I mean, he was good. He was very good. I'm not gonna lie. But it was just so noisy for me, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the
Wow.
girls more of singing
Uh-huh.
for us, you
Yeah.
know.
Do you have a
Um,
good voice, B? You got the pipes?
try,
You got some pipes?
girl. Well, my sister told me I could still do it a little bit, but I don't.
Who was your
I don't.
favorite singer? Who was the person that you like to sing or emulate while you were singing?
Oh, I had different people, but different songs that I used to sing that let me know that I could sing.
Uh-huh.
Um, there was one song in our house going down into the basement. There was a step right there,
Uh-huh.
and you go down. The acoustics in that area were like unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
And the song I used to sing, one of the songs I used to sing was called "Step Into My World."
Okay. Step into my world.
Okay, and you know that how she hits that high note in the beginning. Oh Jesus, what's the
Let's hear
name?
a
What's
little
the
bit of
name?
that. Let's hear a little bit of that. Let's get a little taste of it at least. Let's get a
Can't.
little taste. Just a little taste. You know, about this long.
Oh my goodness. Ah,
Here we go,
okay,
y'all.
let me
Here we
see.
go.
Okay, let me see. Why don't you step into my world?
All right. I hear it.
It's not a world of make believe.
B.
It's not. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, something tell me. Something tell me.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're
That was
funny.
great. I loved it. I love that. Oh boy, I love that. And now, B, it's been such a pleasure. And we're gonna be getting out of here soon. So let me ask you, B.
Mhm.
And if you had the opportunity or given that opportunity to only hear one song out of all the songs you do love, which one would it be?
That's a hard one because
Yeah, you like so
there are
many,
so
but
many.
do you have
There are
one
so many.
that stands out?
Oh,
Hard to
not
choose.
really.
Hard to
It's
choose.
hard. It's
Yeah,
really hard to
and that's not unusual too. I find that myself. It is very very hard to choose that. And but
Oh,
B,
no, I can say.
you changed that. All right, okay,
Either You Go on My Friend by Patti LaBelle
okay, good one, good song.
or Anita Baker, You Bring Me Joy.
Ah, yes, yes, yeah. Let's hear a little bit of that before you go. You bring me joy.
You know something? Oh God, why?
Okay.
Ah,
Oh my goodness. All right, B, I'm going to give you a break on that one. I just want to let you know it's been a pleasure, and I mean a real
thank
pleasure
you. For
to have
me
you on.
too.
And you've given us so much insight. You definitely opened up my eyes because I already knew you were a beautiful person, but having you here with us is it just solidifies that for me. I love it, love it, love
Thank
it.
you. I love it too.
So I want to thank you so much for being a guest on Where the Music Lives On. And
Mhm.
it's like I said, it's been a pleasure. And for you to give us your time, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you very
Oh,
much.
I enjoyed it myself very much. So I knew I would.
Yeah. Take care.